All right, I'm doing a special stream here. I wasn't planning on doing this, but I Last of Us Part One released, and I was just about to buy it until I read the reviews. Now I haven't went to IGN or anywhere like that, which I do respect bigger game reviewing and editorial companies like IGN. But at the end of the day, I'm going to get my. I think the reviews that come from ground level are some of the most trusted reviews you can find. Sometimes people are petty, sure, but at the same time, this is the individuals who are playing the game for real, and they have normal equipment. They don't work for IGN, and they don't have a $3,000, $5,000 computer. A lot of these individuals just have normal computers. They have a, you know, an aging RTX 2060 in there, if that, or maybe a laptop with a 3050 Ti in there. I don't know. They have just the regular working man's PC, and they're buying these games, and they have just real practical reviews on them. So here, I just wanted you to see a few of these. Now, here's the thing: I love The Last of Us, and in the full transparency, I fully plan on buying this game if and when these reviews turn a tide for the better. Uh, but nonetheless, if this is what I'm seeing, I'm probably going to wait, which is a bummer because this is the next game I wanted to stream for everyone because I really, really enjoyed The Last of Us on the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4. I think it was remastered for the PlayStation 4. I could be wrong. Regardless, here we go. Let's take a look at these. Crashes every 10 minutes. Game is badly optimized. Game looks great. Just needs to be better optimized. And that's what we see a lot of times. I mean, sometimes PC gamers get no love. We get no love. Because, I mean, let's face it. It probably takes a lot more programming to push out a game that works not only in the PC realm, but also to fit the various specifications that different individuals have. There's such a huge variety of CPUs, RAM, motherboards, graphics cards, you name it. So I get it. It's difficult, but nonetheless, though, there's a lot of other developers and studios that do it successfully. Case in point, I've been playing Resident Evil 4, the remake, and it runs great. Now, it does crash every now and then when I have the settings up too high, and whatever. Anyway, I want to be clear. I'm not downing the studio or the developers for creating a port that a lot of machines can't run successfully, and maybe my machine could. Maybe I would buy it and I'll load it up and it runs flawlessly. I don't know. I have a 3080 Ti in there in my machine, which is by far not the most powerful graphics card now, but it was about 2 years ago. So I think it might just run fine. I don't know, but at the same time, looking at reviews on Steam, 5,000 reviews, majority of them saying mostly negative, and I'm seeing that they're mostly about performance reviews. I'm thinking that there's probably something to that. So let's take a look at some of these. Crashes every 20 minutes. Game is badly optimized. It looks good. Just needs to be better optimized. I think we just read that one. Game crashes a lot. Unplayable. They're pissed off, and I don't blame them. Wow, this runs like crap. Terrible optimization. Game takes more than 8 gigs of VRAM on medium settings. And that's your video RAM. So, I mean, if you have a newer card, like if you have any one of the flagship cards that are newer, you probably have at least 10 gigabytes or more. Or I would say at least 8 or more. But you have a game that you're on medium settings and it takes 8 gigs just on medium settings. That's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, my 3080 Ti has 12 gigs. So if 8 gigs is what's required on medium and I want to run it at max, I'm probably gonna bottleneck this, along with making it even more difficult when I stream it because of the additional resources required. Probably going to refund soon, which is sad. Looks amazing, but is extremely glitchy and has crashed multiple times already. Already! Because there's an exclamation mark. Um, Another shoddy port by Iron Galaxy of Batman Arkham Knight and UC Collection fame, with absolutely awful HW utilization, more CPU bound than most RTS games. I'm just going to assume they meant to say stuttery, mouse camera movement, same issue from UC Collection, lack of screen dirt effect setting toggle, and general lack of optimization. Remember, Sony hired the most infamous PC porting team to handle their two biggest IPs, despite owning Nix's, the most famous PC porting team. Okay, so there's obviously some that came from somewhere deep. This person obviously has followed some other momentous failures apparently that they feel like have happened, and I feel like Sony probably had the resources to put a good port out, but hired a developing company that really they feel is probably inferior, and they're raising their voice. I don't know how legitimate that is. I don't. But if there is any value to that, if there is any legitimacy to that, I think it should be. I think it should be listened to. I think if Sony had the resources to create a great port by going with a particular company, and they went with a shoddy company, whether it be save money, resources, or maybe they just wanted to utilize that company for a different resource, that segment of their business for a different resource, then they should be called out for that. I don't know. I'm not saying they did or did not. I'm just saying that if this person has insight to that, which it sounds like they do, they probably have a point there. This person says crash counter. I don't want to go into each one of these because I have to go back. Obviously, this person has their game has crashed quite a bit. It came out on March 28th, and it's already crashed 14 times. So whether or not it really has or not, I don't see why they would lie about that. But far be it from me to read their mind. I'm editing this review to summarize my experience with the game. I initially wrote in anger, this was the worst PC port I've ever seen. This is really not the case, but that does not mean the port is a good one either. I am actually interested about this one. I'm going to read this one. I've waited for almost 2.5 hours for the game to build shaders. Wow. Now, again, that could be because he lacks a powerful PC. I don't know. While crashing in the main menu every 5 or so minutes. Okay, I see. So he was trying to build shaders, but the game kept on crashing. One of the most frustrating experiences I had with the game. To clarify, if the game didn't crash every 5 minutes while in the main menu, I would have taken half the time to build the shaders and actually start playing. In general, my PC, even though fairly bad, okay, well, there you go, is covering the minimum requirements and doesn't really have a lot of issues whatsoever running the game on mid to low settings. I never expected to play it on anything higher than that. The game actually runs decently. I expected a lot worse with my specs, but mid preset plus AMD FSR2 set on quality. So FSR2 is the AMD version of DLSS, I believe. Anyway. So the person is saying that. So here we go. They have a 580 OC 8 GB, and this is a very old graphics card, by the way. It's several generations old. I've had the AMD Ryzen 2700 before, which is just 2 more cores than a 2600 this person has. I can tell you it runs very slow. I do have 3600 millihertz RAM, which is just a little bit faster than this RAM. That RAM is not that bad. So, in essence, I don't know why this person gave us such a bad rating, because they did have some problems originally, but they're saying it actually ran pretty good once I got past that. I don't know. Anyway, let's go back. Naughty Dog have discovered an incredible strategy here. It goes a little something like this. I'm interested to see what this is. Release a technical disaster of a game after drumming up hype and pre-orders. Build shaders in the main menu to run up the clock. Victim's refund window has almost expired by the time to get in-game and realize and then profit. Oh, man. You know what? Hold on. I can't believe this is their strategy, but wouldn't it be crazy if that was? To cause a scenario that would require you to spend 2 hours, because once you pass 2 hours in a game, NVIDIA will not refund you anymore. So you're kind of screwed, unless you want to go through a whole lot of trouble. And even then, I don't know how much you'll pay off. So what this person is saying is that They make you load. If you remember, the last guy said 2.5 hours. They make you surpass that threshold, and then after that, you're screwed. So I don't think that's happening, but wouldn't it be crazy if it was? 30 minutes to cache 16% of shaders, all while my 9900K i9 CPU is cranking 100% nonstop. I mean, to be fair, okay, so Call of Duty Cold War did this. Anytime you updated your I don't know about AMD, but your NVIDIA drivers, you would have to reload all those shaders again. And I don't know where they go. I don't know where the shaders go. Like, I don't know. It seems like there's a better way of doing that. Whatever. But either way, it's not abnormal. But Call of Duty doesn't take 2.5 hours. It takes like 15, 20 minutes. But then again, this is all such a major first world problem. Maybe I'll refund the money and donate to charity. Piss off, Sony. That's my favorite remark so far. Here we go. Pre-purchased and preloaded. Launched it as soon as it was ready. Went to the settings. Turned out this game was eating up nearly 10 gigabytes of VRAM at 1440p max. Now, to be fair, if it's a beautiful game and you have it on max settings, it's probably going to eat up a lot of memory. Very few games that have amazing graphics now can run 4K, this is not 4K, this is 2K, but 4K at max settings without eating up more than 10 gigabytes of RAM. So I'm not. Oh, here. Okay, so this person has the same graphics card I do. Well, maybe not the same brand, but the same basic. I'm running an RTX 3080 with 12 gigabytes of VRAM, mind you. Never could get past the menu, which always crashes when the game displays a notification at the bottom. So this is a little bit more of a practical equation here. Coming from Iron Galaxy, they know who Iron Galaxy is as well, which did the decent port for Uncharted on PC. I've actually played that on PC. I enjoyed it. I'm very disappointed. I'm hoping I'm eligible for a refund because I purchased more than... Okay, edit. I would skip some of that, by the way. Did some digging and found out these are the same bastards that did the notorious port for the Batman Arkham Knight. This person... Okay. Apparently, Batman Arkham Knight has burnt a few people here, and this person has been burnt. This is coming from somewhere deep. Refund on the way. So I think what we need to take away from this is that Iron Galaxy has burnt some players here. Sony should know better. I'm starting to think there is a trend here. Sony should know better. I mean, they should. And here I am. Now, first of all, they may fix this. There might be some bugs that they fix. It could happen, and I hope they do. I don't expect any game really to run well on day one anymore. Anyway, they used to, but not anymore. I was really happy to see Resident Evil 4 ran as well as it did, but I don't expect it. Right? I look at Cyberpunk 2077, so that's fine. But if this is an issue that's consistent among ports and this same developing, well, it's not really a developer, it's more of I don't know what they do, a studio, whatever, is putting out trash like this, and Sony knows it, then at that point I say shame on Sony. They should be held accountable. Still building shaders. 6.1 hours on record. Come on. The optimization is even worse than my will to live. The Crash of Us Part 1. Come on. These people are crazy. They're killing me. Wait until they fix it as unplayable, which I'm going to do. I'm going to wait. I have a Juice PC. I don't know what that means. That could mean anything. Somebody go, I got a 1060. Okay. Anyway, I have a Juice PC and this game runs like butt cheeks. Don't buy until they fix it. Okay, here we go. Last one I think I'm going to read here. Hey Sony, I know how to fix this port. Step 1, fire Iron Galaxy and whatever clowns decided to make them, to use them to develop this port. 2, tell Nixxes Software, who you already own. So again, this is coming from somewhere deep. Someone has been burnt by Sony in Iron Galaxy before. Tell Nixus Software, who you already own, to drop everything they're doing and fix this hot garbage. They also have a 3080 Ti as well. Here's the thing. Please, if you're watching this, my goodness, please share the shit out of this. But the only way Sony will fix this is if they know they're getting a lot of bad press over this. And even then, they might not fix it. They might give a shit. Who knows? They might not even give a shit. But share the shit out of this. Like it. Subscribe to my channel, first of all, because I have a lot of other cool stuff here I like for you to see. And I want to make a lot of more cool stuff. And that's my goal anyway. But share it. Make sure that the word gets out that, from what I'm seeing here, and again, I'm not the judge of this. I don't know. But it sounds like people who have been burnt before know what's happening, and it's been a trend. Share it so Sony knows that they made a boo-boo and they fixed it, because here I really want to play this game and I really want to stream it for all of you, and I'm probably not going to do that if it runs like shit. So, with that said, I am the uphill gamer. No, I'm not. This is the uphill battle. I am the Gen X gamer. I really appreciate you tuning in. With that said, until next time, peace.